What up, though? What up, though? Let's cheer, man. We ain't gonna waste too much time because I ain't got a lot of time, and neither do y'all, man. You know, most of my supporters are grown people with jobs and responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get right into it. A card that was really worth talking about finally came out. Another card, I would say. Shout to Apollo, no cut, and then one night stand. I'm gonna get the predictions out, do some lives for that. Gonna have a pre-show for all that. But forget them. Forget all them other events. Finally, another event worth discussing has been announced, and it's coming to you by the trenches. I told y'all, man, it's only like 5 leagues that's gonna really bless you right now. That's gonna really bless you. And the trenches got a card, not Chrome. This is the trenches joint. I know the Chrome umbrella and all that. No, but this is a trenches joint. Pray for my enemies. May 4th. It's gonna be in PA in Philly. And yeah, you see all the info, tickets, and pay-per-view, guttercity.com, all of that good stuff. I don't know who's shooting. Don't ask me, but usually they stuff be quality. I don't even be knowing. It don't even be avocado in them. So I don't know who they got, who they know that's like a diamond in the rough who be shooting for them. But you see the card. You see what's going on right now, man. Headline by, of course, Eazy, the block captain. He will be taking on Swamp, which is a dope battle. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I could have sworn I heard him say he had never battled Swamp. Did he say that, or am I bugging? Well, but that might have just been battle rap jargon this whole time. I thought he I really didn't think he was gonna battle him because I really felt he believed what he said. Because I think at the time he was saying, "What does battling Swamp do for me?" So I guess if somebody was to interview him, if good people who know how to do real interviews, just because I'll be seeing, let me keep my if if anybody has the wherewithal to interview him and replay that part, a good little question would be simply, what changed your mind, or what has Swamp done since then that now makes it worth your while to battle him? That'd be a great question, and it will really make him give you a concrete answer. That's just proper journalism. I don't know, but hopefully that question is answered because I don't know. I know Swamp had another good year. I know he had some highs, he had some lows. You know what I'm saying? I still think he got another level to hit, another level to reach, but his potential has always been there. His potential has always been there. And I think in a matchup like this, we're going to see the best Swamp that we've seen in some time. Um, I know a lot of people look at his Tay Rock battle with the infamous, I ain't going like that. I ain't going like, you know what I'm saying? But he was really talking in that battle. It was a good battle. I think that was the same year he beat Arsenal and stuff like that. So he's had moments against big names. So Eazy is a big name, and they got a lot of history, man. A lot of history. It didn't got. If you on the socials, it be getting nasty on the socials, bro. I be watching. They be the things they be saying about each other, saying to each other. You be like, man, I don't think they. I think this is beyond. It be feeling like it be beyond battle rap sometimes. That's the energy I had with them. So with that plus Eazy saying he'd never battle him, I just didn't think this was gonna ever happen. So the fact that this is going down, it's going down pretty soon, like May the 4th. Wait, is that no May the 5th is Cinco de Mayo? I was like, is May 4th Cinco de Mayo? I forgot, but yeah, this shit it's still the weekend of it, so it's gonna be crazy around that time. Um, I'm looking forward to that matchup. I don't really have predictions, but I got like insight. What Swamp is gonna have to do in that battle to win. I'm not picking him to win, but these are my keys to victory for everybody. All right. What Swamp gonna have to do to win is find a fine balance. If he's gonna talk about the stuff that everybody thinks people are gonna talk about with Eazy, he gonna have to be way more creative than Suge was, and he's gonna have to do it a lot less. He's gonna have to do a lot less. That's if he's. I don't even know if he's allowed to. I do remember Remy was. I don't know if she was just tongue in cheek joking with Suge, like or Eazy and them when they were saying, you know, y'all are not allowed to talk about that stuff no more. But if it is allowed, You got to be creative and you got to be in and out. You got to be like a boxer who ain't got no power but is accurate. You just got to stick the jab. You got to land the jab and get in and get out of there because you got to be Lamont Roach. You got to, Tank can hit you with a one hitter quitter. So you got to hit him with a couple of flurries and get up out of that thing. You feel me? So that's what Swamp got to do. His keys to victory is that stay poised too. Stay poised. Because sometimes if I just seen him in the coffee battle, when he didn't get reaction in the coffee battle, his energy dropped. So you gotta stay poised. There's gonna be times where you think your stuff is fire and it ain't hitting. Gotta stay poised. And also, you just gotta land a few haymakers, man, to get the crowd on your side. Because you are in Philly, you are on his turf. You want this is a road game. I don't care how he gonna paint it. Like, man, the trenches is national. People come from all over. I've been to a trenches event in Philly. You got to realize who you talk. He don't be realizing who he be talking to sometimes. You better realize who you talking to when you talking to me. I don't know you. I know this. It's a home game. It's a home game. Did y'all see Philly? Did y'all see Eazy versus Ill Will? That was a home game. So you got to land some big shots on the road, man. And that's your key to victory. Easy key to victory. Counter writing, which you're gonna have to do just in case. You're gonna have to do some counter writing. You're gonna have to have better defense than you had in the Suge battle. Your defense was terrible. You had Charlie Clips like defense. It was bad. And Charlie Clips and Rex, when they losing, they got the worst defense in battle rap. So you got to work on your defense. You got to counter right and just be you. I think if you be you, that's the key to victory. Talk that stuff you normally talk. Well, leave the emotion out the door, and you should be all right. So that's it for that one. But I really, really, really love that battle. I think we're gonna get a battle of the. It could be a battle of the year candidate because this is a grudge match. But at the same time, grudge matches don't be hitting like that because sometimes it be a little too late, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like about time they get to the face-offs and all that, am I gonna feel like, man, this battle too late? Remember Swamp and T-Top? That battle was way too late. They should have got that cracking a while ago. So is the energy gonna still be there? We're gonna see. We're gonna find out as the promotion kicks up and stuff. I'm gonna be able to gauge if they really are still on that type of time where they just hate each other and they about to go crazy. So we're gonna see about that. Other matchups on this card: Rosenberg Raw versus True Foe. They got Froze on the card. And they got True for last time what was the last time I seen Froze? I seen him against Shayna and Mike P. I just can't remember which one happened first. I want to say the Mike P battle happened first, and then he battled Shayna, and Shayna 30 them bad. I haven't personally. I ain't saying that was the last time he battled. That was the last time I seen him getting 30 by Shayna, but I did have him beating Mike P 2-1. So he's been up and down. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing good news about. I ain't hearing bad news, but I'm hearing good news about Trufo and A War. I gotta check that battle out. Maybe that's a battle I'll do a watch on. We're gonna do a watch on that battle. I gotta do some more watches on here. Probably a members only joint. We'll see. But I heard he did good there. I just heard he's been back to the Trufo, the hungry Trufo, before he started getting the shots and shooting himself in the foot, so to speak. Because he noticed, I ain't talked to him in forever, right? But he called me a few times during his tournament run, the first tournament he was in, with all the other like up and comers, like the Real Name Brandon, who eventually won, people like that. And he know, man. He know how I feel about him. Like he's a true talent, one of the more authentic talents. That's why he's one of the more authentic talents in battle rap. So if he can just get through his material, people will feel the authenticity, and a lot of times they'll be like, yo, Trufo got that, or he was wilding out. All things considered, that's going to be a tough one. The keys to victory for them is simple. Trufo got to be clean and got to keep his emotions in check too. He can get a little carried away. But yeah, that's his key to victory. Just focus on the target, be aggressive, be you, and be clean. Rosenberg, I think he can still be him, but I do think I'll be wanting him to up his punch count a little bit. I don't think he punches enough for me. I think that would be the disconnect with me. Not that it's not always about punching and things like that, but the clip that he does of that isn't enough to win. But he might not need it for this particular battle because Truffaut don't really punch like a lot like that. So he might be straight. I would say with Froze really is just stick to the lakes and the rivers that you used to. The vivid storytelling, the street talk, with a little bit. He got like humor where he's not trying to be funny, but he just sounds funny saying it. So he got to, and he knows that. He knows what we're talking about. He got to find those little areas where he can say something and be serious, but he know it's gonna be funny to all of us. So he got to do that, and he'll be straight. Next matchup: Coffee versus Bonnie. This is one of them battles where everybody's gonna pick Coffee, but Bonnie is gonna really kick up her lyricism and be a little better than what people think. I do think she's one of those battlers for the women that'll rise to the occasion when she's counted out. You know what I'm saying? I've seen her do it a couple of times. But Coffee should be the favorite. Coffee, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. Coffee, Hustle, Jazz, and Vixen been, to me, the four most dominant women post-COVID. I mean, they all won Women of the Year. So I got that to back that statement up. So I think when Bonnie or any other women go against one of those four women, you can't slack around. You can't have, oh, this is just gonna be I'm gonna let them have this round. You let them have that round, that you're getting 30. You don't let them have a round. So if I was, my keys to victory for Bonnie is simple. Make sure every round is hitting. Like don't because I've seen her throw a lot into one round before. She be doing that sometimes. And then the last two rounds be like, oh, or the reverse way. The first two rounds ain't hitting, but her third be crazy. You can't do that in this battle. You can't do that in this battle. Coffee really ain't gotta change much. She needs to do what we want to see her do in this battle because Bonnie is like the pretty girl, the one that people might think is a pushover. So you got to be a bully. Coffee got to be a bully in this one, but also show that she got a pin too, because I think her pin can be a little underrated. She even started rebuttaling. She was rebuttaling in the battle against Prestavia. So kind of show those elements, but stick to the bully style, and she'll be straight too. So those are my keys to victory for both, man. I like that matchup though. I know it's it's the furthest thing from a mirror match, but a lot of times those styles make fights, so it might be straight. Ace Mean, Jay Moore. I feel like I'm not sure on this. I just feel like this battle got some history behind it. Just because they from that area. I don't know if this is necessarily DMV area. I know that Jay Moore reps Virginia. I don't know, but there are certain parts of Virginia, just like there are certain parts of Maryland that's not considered the DMV or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? In that section, I feel like they didn't cross paths or they got mutual connections that make this battle make sense to me. I just don't know the backstory, but I like this matchup. Totally different artists. Ace Mean keys to victory in this joint is strictly be clean. Try to be a little less wordy because I'm worried in the Philly crowd. Is he going to lose the crowd at some point with his build-ups? His build-ups can be kind of long, dog. Like his build-ups can kind of take a minute before he get to the point. So if he's going to do those build-ups, he's got to find a way to be engaging throughout that section. You feel me? So if you're going to tell, it was like when, for instance, and I know this is going way back, when Hitman was telling the story about Arsenal waving bye to every rapper in the building after making threats and stuff. But while he was getting to that main point, he was funny, he was engaging, like he was into the story. So I don't know how Ace gonna make us be into wherever he's trying to get to in the meantime. So that's the thing, trying to get a little more quicker to the point and being clean. Jay Moore, gotta be a little clean too. You've been stumbling and fumbling sometimes, and you're gonna have to really rap with Ace, man. You're gonna have to really rap with Ace. So those pockets that you be getting in, like the one pocket when you move in the top, you in the box, you in the top, like UPS, you get a box. You gotta be in that. You gotta be in a little more attack mode. You can't just be slow flowing a lot. You can't do that in this matchup. I don't think because Ace gonna be rapping. It's gonna be a little fast paced. He's gonna be relentless. You gotta kind of gotta give him different levels. You know what I'm saying? Showing that I can slow flow and walk you down. Then I can pick up the pace. You got to be a little versatile in that. But, of course, stick to what you be doing because the type of talk you talk, everybody likes to hear that type of talk in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of his stuff is always, I know a fiend, or I know a junkie, or I know you know what I'm saying? I know a chick that used to, anytime he start his round or start his, whatever his bar is with, I know this person who used to do this, it's followed by something crazy. So just keep doing that and you'll be all right. Danny Myers versus King. I ain't gonna lie, it's a little low on the totem pole in this card here, cause it kind of snuck by me. You know what I'm saying? I talk to King pretty often. I want to say almost every other day, but I forgot about this. Yeah, this looked like it could be potential battle of the night. It looked like King might be in another one of those dog fights with a bar guy, man, with a legend. Danny don't even get. I be forgetting, like, do people realize Danny is a legend? Like, people kind of just treat him like a current battler that's ain't got no accolades and nothing like that. He's a legend. So this will be King's second legend in a row. People really liked him in the battle against Cortez. Danny, I feel like I haven't seen him battle as much. I know his battle just dropped on YouTube with him and Jay the Nightwing. But I feel like this might be one of the better Dannys we've seen in some time. One, because of his inactivity, hasn't been as active. It's 3 reasons. One, because he ain't been as active. 2, he's been watching King from afar. And this is not a secret unless you don't be listening to certain interviews. Like, there's an interview with him in 3 Letterman. He was basically saying he got bars for King. He probably done erased them or tweaked them, but he got bars for King. He sees King as another version of him. So he's watching. And then the third reason is this is first quarter Danny. This is first quarter Danny. Y'all know what I mean by that. Usually when he used to be in the talks for Champion of the Year, it's because he always gets out to an amazing start the top of the year around this time, from January to about May to June. He's like top 2 in the vote candidates for Champion of the Year. Now, this is the last year for Champion of the Year coming up. Like, this current year, 2025, after this, there will be no more, according to Jay Black. He's going to try to make a statement. So his keys to victory on this is really just being him. He does have some of them questionable bars, like the E Heart bar. I hated that. He should have never said that. So he got to avoid those because that can happen. He has to be clean too, because every blue moon he'll have a catastrophe. I remember the Real Sick joint. I remember the Stewie Newton joint. I remember the Pass joint. You know what I'm saying? He will catch a brain glitch, brain fart. I remember he was battling outside somewhere in the West. I forgot who he was battling in that matchup. He was just, I think it might have been Jay the Nightwing or somebody like that. No, it wasn't Jay. Jay was battling Big K. I forgot who he was battling. It was Frack. Man, Frack be getting y'all up out of here. Frack be getting y'all up out of here. But yeah, so he has to do that. And as far as King, man, I feel like, he has to show a different level with Danny, as far as everybody knows it's gonna be a punch fest. They gonna be back to back with it. They both of their energy gonna be high. It's just a matter of King showing the versatility that he showed in some of the other battles, like with Z the Dropout, 3rd round, some personals, some like real just grown man talk. Same thing he did with Cortez, even though he cut his round short. But he was counter writing because he knew Cortez would talk about certain stuff that happened to him, so he counter wrote for it. He just got to do that. But don't do it too much and deviate from what people love you for. And that's kind of my theme about this. All of these people, if you notice, I've been saying, still do you, because that's what got you here and that's what people love. But sprinkle in a little versatility, just show the difference between me and Danny is I can do this, he can't do this, and he'll be straight too. But that's looking like a battle of the night. I ain't gonna lie. That's the one. No bias. I'm being dead serious. Riggs and Jay Murder, cause sneaky. That's a sneaky one. That could be a one too. Um, yeah, that's a tough one. I'm glad I ain't doing no predictions yet. They really don't have to change nothing, really. I think they just do everything they've been doing. They both been consistent. They both of their styles fit this trenches. This is a good booking. This is just a good booking matchup. Both of their styles fit this event in this particular card. I think, you know, Jay Murder again, his defense could be, he be burping when you rapping and talking. He don't do that. He just be chill. He'll be straight. Riggs, yeah, man, I don't really know. He don't really got to change much either. I will no. I will say he has to be a little more. He kind of got to be like how he was in the text battle. He has to remember where he's at. Sometimes y'all got to remember where y'all at. Philly loves the flows, the pockets, and stuff like that. I think I remember him doing that in the text battle, and it got a lot of love. So he got to kind of remember that, and that's for all of them, really. Remember the location and the crowd that you're rapping to. Kind of you got to cater sometimes a little bit, without totally, you know what I'm saying, distancing yourself from what you do. But other than that, he'll be all right too. I love that matchup. If King and Danny ain't battle tonight, I can see Riggs and Jay Murder still in the show, and Dre Majesty versus Presidential Dubs. I believe is that Prezi? I think that's Prezi, right? Prezi just got to be a little more dynamic with his punch, with his style. I know he got a lot of energy, he be going crazy, but sometimes the stuff that be landing for him and I don't be landing to me personally. Yeah, I think that's got to be key. He just got to really work on his quality of bar selection. But other than that, he should be all right. And to me, Dre is cold. I think sometimes his pacing be a little kind of everywhere. It can be sloppy at times. So he's got to work on his pacing and trying to be a little more direct as possible. I feel like those two have been going back and forth, if I'm not mistaken, or one of them. I think Prezi was calling out Dre, if I'm not mistaken. I'll be trying to see what's on my timeline, but not really at the same time, so I don't know. But yeah, those two will be straight. That's another good matchup, man. Listen, I'm gonna get this on a scale of 1 to 10. This card, let me look back at it, man. Because like right now as it stands, I got Danny and King as battle of the night, along with Eazy and Swamp. Riggs and Jay Murder is the dark horse sleeper for battle of the night. There's not a matchup I would be like, I ain't gonna lie, Rosenberg and True Foe is not like a battle I'm crazy about. But I understand why True Foe on the card for sure, because he been putting the work in. I feel like him and Eazy got a good rapport, despite them like talking shit to each other on Twitter sometimes. But I think it's all out of respect. I don't, and I'm not saying Rosenberg shouldn't have been on the card. I'm just saying if Rose is going to be on the card, I would have gave him some. I would have looked at somebody else, not True Foe. And for True Foe, I would have looked for somebody else for him. But be that as it may, I'm gonna get this on paper. On paper, I'm gonna give us a solid 8. I'm gonna give us a solid 8 on paper. Those are my thoughts, man. I'm gonna get to predictions when it's closer to the time of the event. I got to start really racking my brain on the one night stand joint, Hitman Holocard with him battling Hustle, Twerk battling Vixen, and so forth. So I got to wrap my head around that. Also, man, listen. Another thing I like about the card is, of course, with this card, Eazy gonna look out for a few of his Trenches members, but This is gonna be Ace Amin first time on the trenches. It's gonna be Jay Murder first time on the trenches. It's gonna be Danny's first time appearing on the trenches, and True Foes. You know what I'm saying? So and Bonnie, as far as the trenches, not Chrome. So this is what cars need to start doing, man. Start rotating other people that's been putting in work. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, when I seen they say yo, it's a trailer out, I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was about to see some of the same. I thought I was about to see like a New Jersey twerk again. I thought I was about to see Charlie Clips on here again. Oh Lord, no! If I see a Charlie Clips, I'm gonna make a video about Charlie Clips. If I see Charlie Clips on another I'm out of here, man. Y'all take it easy. My blood pressure, boy, my shit looking real. My shit looking real 180 over 80 right now. Let me go ahead and settle down. Good card. Shout out to y'all. Peace and love. Charlie Clips, boy.